77 East, 150 South, Valparaiso. There we go. Morgan Township. Zone is A1, General Ag District. Acreage is 1.28. Request informal review to allow for 3 existing shipping containers to be used for storage and vary from the following. 1 is to have a reduction in side yard setback. 2, to allow the structures in the front yard. 3, to allow a decrease in minimum front yard setback. 4th, to allow the exterior finish not to match or closely resemble the primary structure. And lastly, to allow more than 2 accessory structure on a parcel less than 2. Okay, I think you're here for an update.
Yeah. So,
well, are you ready to remove the containers?
No. Not yet.
The boxes have been painted.
Oh, I'm sorry. State your name and address.
Michelle Thews.
State your name and address. I'm sorry.
Brian Rudolph, 77 East, 150 South, Valparaiso, 46383.
All right.
Michelle Thews, 77 East, 150 South, Valparaiso, 46383.
The reason for that, they recorded everything, so we have to know who's
the minutes.
the minute.
Not here, so we need to speak clearly and loud so she can listen
Okay.
if you want this on record. Go ahead and tell us where you're at with your project.
We still got to finish the 2 rooms on the house, and and the siding. We got to finish the siding on the outside. So
the boxes have been painted to fit the property's color scheme,
right.
Not fitting what the neighbors requested, but fitting your color scheme. They've been placed exactly where the county said we could place them because we cannot drive them across the septic system. I do have a proposal. You said 3 boxes, 1.5 acres, not acceptable. What if we rented 2 more acres adjacent to our property so that we had 3.5 acres basically in our name, but 2 of them rented, and then 3 boxes on 3.5 acres would fit your criteria?
The boxes aren't allowed in the county at all. I don't care what color they are. They're not allowed. If they're in your backyard, they're not allowed. If they're in your front yard.
Then why did you write all of those pages and pages and pages of criteria that we literally spent days going over?
Get our UDO, they're not allowed.
All right, time out here. Okay. You agreed that you're going to remove those after construction. Okay.
Yeah. Well,
all right.
We're done.
Okay, I gave you 6 months extension.
And we hired one of their licensed contractors who
sorry.
took our money and then showed. So we're having to go to court over that.
I'm speaking. You will have your turn. Okay. Thank you. I gave you 6 months extension to complete your project. So where are you with the project? That's what this review is for.
We're probably about 2/3.
We might be halfway through.
We
should have been, but we can't get contractors to help.
Yeah, halfway to 2/3 of the way finished.
Because outside, I seen the siding installed on the outside. It looks pretty nice, as a matter of fact.
Some of it.
Yeah.
We haven't gotten around to the back yet.
Yeah, it's
but the container's still there. So.
Yes.
So how much more time do you need?
Well, I don't know. I've been out of town with work for 4 months, and
since the economy is tanked here, I've had to leave.
I feel I gave you 60 days. I'm gonna give you another 45 days. I'd have to be removed in 45 days. You can't get the project complete in 45 days.
Nope.
No.
Well, the outside.
I have to.
You said paint's left on the inside.
We're still having to mud inside because we couldn't get contractors to show up, other than to take our money.
Yeah.
So
it's not. I say it's not my. That's not my.
I know.
But it's the circumstance that we find ourselves in. This was never supposed to take this long.
Well,
but we're doing this here in Porter County, and Porter County is posing an awful lot of obstacles, not just the people.
Oh, it's not just the county.
It's not just the county, but too many things have popped up that have gotten in the way of completing this project, an unreasonable amount. And I'm not going to get rid of all of my things.
I think we've been very reasonable. Okay. So I'm gonna give you 60 more days to remove the containers. So 60 days they have to be removed. So it gives you time to get the project, get another contract, whatever it takes, but they have to be removed in 60 days.
Okay. Well,
Okay. So case DB-202529 is denied, and the containers have to be removed in 60 days. Thank you. Next cases are public hearing. I have to read the rules of conduct at public hearing before the board. The petitioner or proponent shall first present the facts and arguments in support of the case. Those who oppose the petitioner shall follow. The petitioner shall have rebuttal time at the conclusion of those opposing the petition. Those opposed shall then be allowed a total maximum of 10 minutes to rebut any new statements made by the petitioner in this rebuttal. It should be within the discretion of the board to impose any time limitation on either the petitioner or respondent and to limit public comment to those determined by the state statute to the interested parties. Written remonstrance should be accepted by the board, but need not to be read into the board's record. This then concludes the public hearing. To maintain orderly procedure, each side shall proceed without interruption by others. All materials presented by the petitioner and or remonstrators or supporters to the petition, including photographs, shall become property of the board and part of the record. Okay, with that, the first public hearing case is DB-2026-17. Applicant is Jeff Barton. Location 397 West US Highway 30, Valparaiso, Union Township. Zoning is RR, rural residential. Request to allow increase in maximum floor area for the appearance not to match or closely resemble the finish or facade materials on a primary structure for a proposed 36 by 56 accessory structure.
Yes, sir.
Here, okay, state your name and address.
Jeff Barton, 471 Scarborough Road, Valparaiso, 46385.
Okay.
Tell us your project and why you need the variances.
We're building a pole barn and just need extra square footage for all the stuff I want to put in the barn. So I've got just a few trailers, four-wheelers, cars, my son's Ford Bronco, a few things like that.
Okay.
So that's the only reason I need the extra square footage.
So for personal storage?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Okay, so public hearing. Anybody want to speak in favor of this case? In favor? Seeing none, anybody want to speak against or have any questions on this case? Yes, ma'am. Come up. We have a microphone here. Please step up and state your name and address first.
Daisy Abuto Martinez. I'm at 252 Garnet Drive. I received the letter of the notice. I tried to find the location. First of all, I don't understand why I got this. I did the GPS and it's 8 miles away from my house.
You want to
I can't find the exact location of this property. And so I just want to be knowledgeable.
Do you own any property?
Yes.
So it might be a property that you own, not necessarily.
No, it's I only own my personal property.
Oh, okay.
And I'm right on US 30, right off of US 30. A few of my neighbors wanted to come, but they're either working, they weren't able to come. None of us could figure out where it is.
It's a house right there.
Okay.
30.
Okay. Where is it perimeter to Joliet Road?
Here's US 30.
US 30.
And the pole
There's Joliet Road right
by the
there.
house.
Where's Joliet Road? I'm sorry.
Joliet Road is
Right here.
sit there.
Okay, I'm right there at the corner.
So you're not 4 miles away.
No, it says 8 miles. This says 8 miles.
It's not 8 miles.
I don't know. Okay, so on behind my house, I'm the first house in that subdivision. Behind my house is a farmhouse, and then there's another house. Then there's property. So is it a vacant lot? Or is there a house there?
No, there's a house there.
Okay, and is it okay? All right.
What's your concern?
Well, where is it located?
On the side.
I know, but I'm trying. Okay, can you bring it up? Okay, I know exactly where it is now.
Okay.
It's a little house. Did you just purchase it like maybe a year?
just
Okay,
a few months ago.
a few months ago. Okay, okay. Now I know. I don't know why this is telling me, and it took me all the way past BU, Valparaiso University. I don't know. I put it in, and I know exactly where he is. Okay, so I wanted to put the pole barn behind.
No, right next to it. Side.
Address all your
Okay.
questions to the board and you'll have
I'm sorry.
an answer.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's not his fault. I'm sorry.
No,
You're
it's fine.
Okay. All right. So he's wanting to put it next to the property. Is it going to be towards the house, that farmhouse, or is it going to be on the other side?
It's gonna be behind the house.
No, it's gonna be outside. It's gonna be outside of the house.
Is it this side?
Yeah, the head stake right outside the house.
Okay,
That's where the head stakes.
Yes, sir.
I know it's not in front because there's not a variance for in front.
Right.
Wow.
Okay, so it's next to. All right.
Well, what's your
Well, okay. I personally don't have an objection because it's not facing me. It's not around me. I'm turning it this way. Those three houses behind his house, I know have concerns. We were all trying to figure out where he was located. And they were working the two houses on the edge, and the middle one he had an appointment. So I personally don't. And
Do they have concerns that they
were having concerns, but we couldn't figure out where was the problem
what were the concerns?
because where is the location now? I know.
Yeah.
They don't know. Okay. Now it will affect them because their property is butting him.
So
I
still
don't
the pole barn is gonna affect them?
Well, it's just the site. I don't know, but I know what they had voiced their opinion on. But I can't.
Okay. Well, yeah, they should be here.
I know, but now I know where it is. Okay.
All right. Thank you for coming. Anybody else want to speak against or any questions on this case? Seeing none, I'm gonna close the public hearing. What size is he allowed in this zoning? Yeah, all right.
He's allowed 1,300 square feet.
So how much is he over?
A little over 2,000.
So you're over 716 feet over variance. Why so large?
All the stuff I have right now, I have in 3 different garages, 2 rental houses, 2 detached garages, and my own garage at home. So I built it big enough. With those 3 garages, I'm at about 1,600, and they're packed. So I figured between myself and my son, would be pretty close to 2,000 by the time we're done, as far as the square footage.
Sir, you got to speak up. You speak into my.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Here, go ahead.
So I figure
Any of that large? That was my question.
because I have 3 detached garages right now on rental houses I own in Valpo, and I've got all this stuff stored in there, and that comes to about 1,500 square feet. So I figure if I add about 500 square feet to that for additional stuff, that would give me the 2,000 that I need. That's all. There's nothing more than that.
It's a very large pole barn that you requested, and plus the stakes where you have it staked out, it looks like it's in front of the house. So I don't know if you use a surveyor.
Nah, it's just me.
You eyeballed it.
Just me and my wife. Yeah.
Okay. It's I got pretty good eye, and I think it's in front of the house by a couple feet.
It's in front.
It could be.
Yeah, it might be, but I'm hoping that when the normal surveyors get there, they're going to put it even with the front end of the house.
If it's approved, you have to have a survey.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yep.
The stakes are.
Yep.
In front of the
Gotta
house.
for sure be
Yeah, but anyway,
level with the house or behind.
Correct.
You submit plans.
Now I can't. No.
you can't approve a 2,000 square feet. You're 716 feet over. That's. I give it a 1,500 to help you, but that's a
2,000 is not very big. The little house next to it is 800
It's
square.
a problem. The house is so small.
Right.
It's a huge pole barn.
Right. And we stayed lower on the roof too, as opposed to the what is allowed. We kept it under so it didn't stick up too.
Here is close. Sorry.
So it didn't stick up too high.
Yeah.
So we dropped it a couple feet as far as what you allow for a roof. So we decided to keep it lower profile.
It's you got such a small house. I think it's gonna be outplaced. And that's the house is what 800 square feet or something like that.
800.
Yeah.
Yeah. But eventually we hope to add onto the house.
Wow. Well, it's up to you. It's, if you want to approve that, you have to.
Yeah, I'd really like to use it at that if we can.
What about if you did the 38 by 46? That's
30
yeah,
by what?
that's what you're doing now.
Well, a 36 by 48 is 1728. So that would help.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you do a common size, it's 36 by 48. That gives you 1728.
Correct.
Okay.
That was my original plan. And then when my son called me and said, "Hey, can I put my Bronco in there?"
Everybody wants larger. You have to understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I mean, okay.
It doesn't stop.
Okay. Okay. And be used for personal storage? No.
All of it.
You have to sign commitment to that. To be used for
Sure.
not a business.
No, I don't know.
Our rental.
Or rental. Or,
Yeah.
Okay. There's a document form. Sign. Okay. With that, I will approve case DV-2026-17 with the size being 1,728 square feet. With the understanding you will have a surveyor because I'm not approving the stake location right now.
Sure. I get that.
But it will be on side of the house or to back it up.
I get that, yeah.
It will be on side.
Well, yeah, it's going to be on the side of the house for sure.
Yeah.
Facing the road. And then even with the front of the house.
Okay, so.
But we can only go so far out back because there's water problems in the back of that lot.
Yeah. Okay.
So, but anyway, it is what it is.
Definitely cannot be in front of the house.
Correct.
Okay, and you have to sign document that would not be used for business.
Correct.
If you only personal.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you're approved.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Christy, do I pick up that approval at some point? I mean, decide how that works.
Do is come back, give us the plans, the original ones, and correct your permit.
Okay.
And they'll put it through.
So we want to go back to the 36 by 48. So we got to.
You can give us a call. We have other cases we got to keep moving.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Call if you have questions, but
All
just resubmit your permit. It should be fine.
Okay. Sounds good.
Next, this is DV-2026-37. Applicant Lucas Walden. Project is Walden Acres Administrative Subdivision. Location is 135 West 700 North Valparaiso, Liberty Township. Zoning is RR Rural Residential District. Acreage is 8.72 plus. Request to allow for a proposed administrative subdivision, 2 lots, to vary from the following. First, existing accessory structure to remain on the property without a primary structure. Second, existing accessory structure to remain in a front yard. Third, reduction in minimum lot width of 330 feet. Fourth, reduction in minimum lot area of 5 acres. Fifth, driveways to be less than 100 feet apart. Sixth, vary from the 1:4 maximum width to depth ratio in RR zone.
Hi there, Bill Davies with Davies Land Surveying in Chesterton, and
Lucas Walden from Valparaiso.
And we have a pretty big piece of property that this
What's the address, please?
It's 1105 Martinell Road in Valparaiso, Indiana,
Thank you.
46383.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Sorry about that. We have a fairly decently sized property that's currently in 2 pieces. The piece that you can see here is where there's an existing residence. There's an existing pool building on the north side, very nice building. And he's wanting to move that north property line south to include the pool building on the bigger piece that goes significantly north there, and eventually building on that property or selling that property is the plan.
Can you go up there and point out what you want?
My hearing is so bad.
Can you go up there and show us what you?
Sure.
Thank you.
have some more legible copies of that.
Okay, you're fine.
So this property line here would be moved to the south, making this 1 acre, and then this building would be included with the rest of this parcel. I think it goes over into here, if memory serves.
Correct.
We're here for 2 administrative subdivisions. This is the first one.
Yeah,
So
got one right behind it.
yeah, we can talk about the other one. It's going to be more over here, 2 properties over here. He owns a few other properties in this area, including this one here, and point to be on,
Go that way.
onto the east here. You're correct.
Yes. Yes.
Where will the driveway be?
There's an existing driveway here for this one
Yes.
that goes up significantly into this area. Soil borings were done up in this area.
Correct.
Okay. So we know we can get a septic in there and a house in there. Very big piece of property. And again, the intent, one of the things for the variances is that this building is going to exist on a property that will eventually be built upon, but it's an accessory structure without a primary structure is one of the things. So there's an existing driveway that services this house now, and there's also an existing driveway that services this property.
So what?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so what size would that be?
Right here, I guess so.
Where would that be? The accessory structure, the size.
It's existing, right?
Yeah. What size would that be? What size is it?
It's about 8,000 square feet.
Where's the driveway going for the other 2, for the other administrative stuff?
The other administrative subdivision are 2 lots over here that will have access through his existing property here.
Oh, okay, so he's on a different one first.
Okay. Thank you. And the intent is to build houses to
There would be 3 additional houses. This is
read this. Okay, so, all right.
color coded that might help.
I do mine too.
Yeah,
Okay.
same thing.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, okay, you got it. Okay. All right, it's a public hearing. Anybody want to speak in favor? In favor of this case? Seeing none. Anybody want to speak against or any questions? Yes, sir, come up. I see you got a couple of names here.
My name is Robert Ralph. I live at 154 Wood Duck in Mallard's Landing, directly north of this lot, and we're concerned about the flooding and the drainage issues. Right now, we're getting extraordinary extra drainage through that field that's right behind us, which is adjacent to whatever he's going to make, which I don't know. But I mean, that whole field runs. There was a ditch that used to run across there, and that ditch no longer works because of all the movement in the lots there, and it filled up the ditch. And now my neighbors and 3 of us, we all have over an acre lot. We 1994, we're flooding to the extreme where our whole backyard. I can show you pictures.
No, you need to call our stormwater department. Have you talked to stormwater department?
Well, I don't know about.
Well, let me talk to him because he's on record. So did you go online and submit a complaint that you were
Yes.
flooding? How long ago was that?
Well, last flood was July 4th, July 17th, July 11th.
You submitted
This
all
is not
those dates?
the flood. It's like the Kankakee going through our backyards.
And you've talked to our stormwater department?
No, I haven't.
That's what you need to do. You need to talk to our stormwater
Well, when I
department.
got this notice, it said the stormwater department.
It's everything in one. We're building stormwater development, roads, bridges, it's all in one department. But they need to know about that if you guys are having flooding out there. That's where it's gonna be fixed.
Definitely, I haven't flooded it.
Or you can go up to room 311 and let them know that you need to talk to someone in stormwater. Because if we don't get complaints, we don't know.
Well, we've complained. My neighbors complained. It's also where the pipeline runs across that area.
Yeah.
The Vector pipeline. And ever since that ditch is just filling up and it's no longer used, we have no drainage at all in our yards. It just runs out to the wetland, which is to the east of us. And it takes all day to run there.
So your main concern is the drainage.
Drainage, yes.
Okay, all right.
Whatever he's doing, it's just a drainage problem.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Okay. And Stephanie, yes. Yes. State name and address.
Yes. Stephanie Wiki, 171 West, 7th Street North. My first question is, I'm looking at the blue square. Is that where the property that you lease out to a B&B? Is that blue square?
Am I supposed to talk to her?
Answer, yeah.
I'm sorry.
Talk to us.
I want to know if that blue square is where he leases out the property as a B&B, because I need to be able to figure out where everybody is, because I know who the people are.
Go ahead. Answer any other questions.
Oh, by the lot. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
You have somebody living next to you. I don't see them marked on the map. I think it would be the one in the middle, but I'm not sure. Where the green one is that you're going to put the houses behind, over the gas lines. There's one to the right. There's an empty field, which you own now, I gather. And then there's a house next to you, and you have the house where your bed and breakfast is, where your sign is. I'm assuming that little thing at the bottom is a sign. That's your bed and breakfast with the big barn and the house. Is that correct?
Go ahead. Answer. The way it works.
Okay.
Ask your questions.
Right.
Respond. Yeah.
5 acres, less than 5 acres, I have a real problem with. He has lots of property. There's absolutely no reason to reduce what's required of the county. And who knows me knows that I don't really like when they put 189 trees on 20 acres. Okay. Reality is, this is a rural area, and the house in the green den, they have children. If he puts 2 houses back there, from what I was told by my neighbors, is that it's for his 10-year-old and 12-year-old son. But because he leases things out as B&Bs, he's going to be behind my neighbor's house with young kids, and they're out there. He's renting. I know those parties. I see them. I can even hear them from my house. So I want to know if that's realistic, or why not move it over to someplace else where it's not over. It's just over his property. He's got the acreage next to him. I just have to be behind ours and risk our children. And I have great grandchildren, so I still have grandchildren around. More than one. Most of the leanness is I don't care about his gate. It's pretty. Have no idea it's an interest way for his people who come out to shoot. And I've been hearing negative things, but I believe somebody here would like to talk about the guns and somebody being hit in Mellows Landing. And as far as the gentleman that was just up here, I have another question, because I could have sworn I heard him say he filed a complaint with water, storm and water, and why haven't they responded to him? And that needs to be considered before we do anything. You're taking one of the most beautiful properties of the area, right next to the park. The wetlands you're talking about is the park, Sherwood Hines Park. That's a recreational, nature preserve area. So if you're not careful how you do it, you're going to hurt that. So my question is, what's the effect on the park and what they have worked so hard to do? Me, I'm next to the green area, but he'll still be in my back, behind my fence, which doesn't make sense either. As it is, currently I believe it's rented out to my farmer, which I greatly appreciate, because my background is rented out to the farm as well. But as the more he builds out, the less the farmer has, and our farmers are struggling right now. But they're very good, very consistent, and very careful. My neighbor is nice enough to let him use his driveway. I'm nice enough to put his trucks in my property.
Thank you.
I think it's all I have now.
Anybody else have any questions or concerns? Yes.
Good afternoon, Melissa Lefevre, 1592 Clay Drive, Valparaiso, Indiana. If you zoom out just a little bit, I live in Mount Sinai. I'm the president of the HOA there, and thank you. You can see all of there's 71 homes in Mount Sinai, and in the evening time we hear shooting in that property. So my question is there a gun range back there that they're shooting Um, and it's not just it doesn't sound like practice because there's guns, there's big explosions that we hear. I know, like, it scares me and it scares my dogs and other people in our neighborhood. Um, one evening, and I have it on video, where a bullet ricocheted past my property. So I'm very concerned about what's happening on that property right there. Because when I heard it, and I actually sent it to the police, they went over there and it stopped for that evening. But the shooting does continue. I'm not against the Second Amendment. I'm just afraid that it's not being properly backdropped for whatever that they're doing to the property, and it's going to, cause harm to myself or any of the neighbors in that area, especially when I hear bullets ricocheting right past my home, and that scares me. Okay, thank you.
Okay, you want. Anybody else like to speak? Seeing none, turn back. Go. Yeah, we'll come back up. State your name and address again.
Again, Alyssa Beaver, 1590 Point Drive, Valparaiso. The other thing I wanted to mention was the same thing that Mr. Rao addressed, which was the flooding that's happening behind. We're not sure, and again, we'll go and take it up with upstairs. But there is significant flooding that's happening. Kathy Disarray is my neighbor 2 houses over, and her entire shed is completely underwater when it rains, because all that water goes straight back, and they can't even use the shed. And this is a problem that has been ongoing since whatever development has been happening back there in that field, and the drainage just goes straight to their property, and it takes a very long time for it to evaporate and go away. So that could be taken into consideration with any future building, drainage especially, because it is flooding out our backyards.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
Our gas line.
State your name and address.
Stephanie Wiki, 171 West, 700 North, Valparaiso.
Thank you.
The gas lines. It's a very populated area behind. I knew where it was built in 94 because I moved in 93. I cried. I said, oh darn, this might be. But it's so nice. Those gas lines back there are major, large gas lines. If they get punctured, everything around there is going to blow. So building back there makes absolutely no sense to me. And I want to know what they're going to do to make absolutely sure nothing happens. So we already have 4-wheelers going back there. That's his property. He can do that. I don't mind if they go on my farmland if they ask permission first. With not farmed. But those gas lines are very hazardous and they're very large. And I want to know what they're doing to protect that. Because quite frankly, my barn has been knocked down. But the neighbor next door, if that explodes, they lose their barn, they lose their house.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else want to speak? Seeing none, I could turn back to you. Respond to those questions, please.
Well, I can start with drainage. Our company in the 1990s did the subdivision for Mallard's Landing, and I can tell you that we did not stake out the storm sewer. It was basically the developer put the storm sewer in, all kinds of cattywampus. We've had issues all throughout that subdivision with drainage over the years. We've tried to fix it piecemeal over the years with each lot as we would do site plans for them, grading plans for them. As far as what you were saying, yes, definitely take that up with the drainage board. When we do a subdivision like this, we do what we call drainage calculations in order to determine adding 3 houses to a property that's around 75 acres, 74, breaking off the other existing house, to try to minimize whatever runoff is going to exit the property. We determined that there really wasn't much that was going to happen. It was not going to create additional drainage running off of the property. So as far as that's concerned, an additional 3 houses on 4 acres is not going to impact that drainage a lot. When we go to permit the 3 proposed houses, that will go through Porter County, and if they see anything that looks like it's going to make additional drainage, then we take care of that. The county makes us take care of that. As far as the other issues, my hearing's so bad I heard about half of it. So
May I speak?
Bond.
When I bought the property, I had spoke to many of the Mallard's Landing neighbors behind my property, and they had mentioned that they had a lot of drainage issues from day one. Okay, I at the time owned an excavator, and I told them I'll try to help them. Well, the issue is I walked on the property, the drainage ditch comes down, it runs west to east, and then it shoots north. Well, the way whatever happened over the years, the drainage kind of backed up, and there's a one spot that needs to be cleared out, and all that water can run out of there no problem. The issue is the gentleman that owns the land there. I don't have that say so to go on his land and dig that little spot that needs to be cleared out. That would allow all. I think it's Mr. Bobrowski's his name, but anyways, that would allow all the water and all the problems in Melrose Landing that they'd be fixed, at least on the backside of houses there. That they complained to me that they've had issues long before I bought that property, long before I bought it. So. You know, I would happily help if I could, but again, it's not my property to go on there and start digging, more drainage ditches, obviously.
And then how about the guns?
The guns, it's funny you say that. I've never shot a gun, I don't think, one time on my property. I ride four-wheelers, and I got a lot of people that sneak on my property and do it without my authorization. I do have one gentleman, Mr. Bobrowski, who owns property around me. Once a year, he likes to goose hunt, so I said you're more than welcome to do that, obviously safely. I can't control who else goes to my property and shoots guns and whatnot. I try to, but I can't always control it. There's been times that I had some very expensive equipment on my farm, and my windows were actually shot out from somebody. So it's not like I'm doing it. I mean, I'm not big on guns.
But you have a gun range.
Absolutely not. We had the gentleman that had the goose thing that was shooting the geese, Mr. Bobrowski. He set up like a little hut, but no,
Okay. This ditch. Okay. I want to make sure people. This ditch they refer to. Okay. Is that recorded ditch or is that just a ditch a contractor made? What ditch are they talking about?
On the backside of my property, I honestly don't know if it falls on my property or Melrose Landing. I'm not even sure, but there's just a ditch that looks like it was man-made a long, long time ago.
Do we show that in the plans? Is it a recorded ditch or is it a man-made ditch? That's what I'm trying to.
It looks like it's man.
It's not a regulated.
It's not regulated. Okay.
I walked it. You could see the spot that creates all the backup. When it backs up, it hits the shed that the lady's talking about and all these things. But somebody has to get back there with an excavator. That's the way to fix it.
Okay. I want to make sure people. Okay. Any new questions? I think they answered all the questions. It has to be new. New question. Go ahead. Okay. State your name.
Okay. First, this lovely neighbor in Howard's Landing mentioned that there had been some digging in the back area that started causing more trouble to her house that's around her. Second, there's a drainage ditch just to the right of the green place where they went with the houses behind. That is in there. It goes all the way down to the top of the creek and everything else. It's been there for years. It is blocked up. But it also went back to the back, showed that, and also for the gas lines. It has been there for years. It was one of the problems we were having with my pond across from with the swamp. That was to make sure the swamp had good drainage. We have a little better bridge on there. So my question is, how is it that it worked before and not after? And my second question is, how is it that we all hear repeated, constant bullet shooting, and how do you know that the people you're leasing your property to is not shooting? Because it always seems to be when somebody property. That's it.
Okay. All right. Okay. I'm going to close public hearing. All right. Drainage review. Do we look at the drainage?
Yes, our engineer will look at the drainage and they have to meet our county standards in order to go forward with the development. They don't meet our regulations and they can't move forward with the subdivision until they comply. David Champion will be reviewing that to make sure that they meet our codes.
Okay. So if this is approved and they built 2 homes, they cannot increase the drainage onto the adjacent property. Okay.
That's
I understand. They cannot increase the drainage. That's our new guidelines. So And you understand?
That is correct. That's why we do drainage calculations. They're usually 80 pages of, how water runs off these properties when they're not improved, and then once we improve them, how water's going to run off after the fact. This was extremely minimal as far as drainage calculations. We have them sometimes where we have to do ditches, swales, rock dams, all these things to redirect water,
Okay.
but that was not the case here. These are very large properties, and it's very minimal. The effects and the soil is pretty decent out there.
Okay. So it has to go through drainage review. Okay. And then the other issue was the guns. You answered the gun. You don't have a gun range. You don't plan on having a gun range out there.
Never.
And you don't.
I'm not big on guns. I have a few friends that walk the property. I would imagine every now and then they might let off a flip, to be honest, but I don't shoot guns. I have no interest in them.
And I imagine once there's houses built out there,
Things change.
people won't sneak and shoot.
As far as the single family home, it was on Airbnb for a little while. We took that off, I would say 2 years ago. It's been off the market for a long time. I stay there. We stay there here and there. But we live on the south side of Valparaiso, so it's more just a getaway for us at this point. And then I spend a lot of time in my barn. So
Okay. And then other concerns, the gas line. I'm sure that's plotted.
Correct.
And that'll be part of the building permit, the location.
I spoke with, I think it's Encore, I believe, whoever owns the pipeline or who's responsible for it. I spoke with them about having to put in basically a road over the pipeline if I ever wanted to build on the back, whatever back left lot that is by Mellard's Landing. And they said there'd be no issues with that whatsoever. Because I'm not digging where I'd want to put the road across. I actually have to add clay and stone. Yeah, we're not digging whatsoever.
Requirements for that.
Yes, sir.
And your construction has to be so many feet away.
Yeah, it would be hundreds of feet from it, where I think the house would be built ultimately. So
okay, all right. Any concerns? Yeah. There is an easement. I also asked that question. There's okay. So she's pointing out there's an easement, whatever that is. Because I know that the pipeline easement.
Oh yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had talked to them, and I believe the pipelines are 13 and 16 feet in the ground where we'd be crossing over. And again, we gotta add clay, we gotta build up so to get the water off the road, if we ever did it. But so.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Any other concerns? Yeah, no. Okay. All right. With that, the only question I have: the driveways be less than 100 feet apart. How far would they be apart?
Well, here we're talking about existing driveways that on the property on the east. The property on the west has an existing kind of gravel pad. Yeah, that is there currently, and then the other driveway is almost right next to it. I can show you here.
Yeah. So I guess I need to know how many feet apart will they be?
Off the top of my head, I don't. So this is again, we're talking about two different developments ready to go. So this is the existing driveway that services the existing house here. This one here services the property to the north. These are definitely less than 100 feet. And then down here we have a similar situation. This is an existing road. There's an existing dirt path that comes up here with some gravel by the road here. This is probably center line to center line. I don't know, but edge to edge is pretty close.
We plan on putting the road on the east side of that path, so we'd be at least 150 feet from the existing driveway.
Excuse me.
Not quite middle. Sorry.
Say it again now.
Currently, there's a grass path that sits right by the existing driveway of my neighbor. We're going to go on the other side, just east of that tree line, so we'd be 150, 200 feet from my neighbor's existing gravel driveway right there. So,
okay, hold on. Okay.
For reference, the number 4 on the 412.5 feet, that's about where we'd want to put the driveway, where the number 4 is.
Okay. All right. I'd like to make a motion to approve case DV-2026-37. Okay, you're approved.
Okay, that's both of these cases.
Now, the second case is D, which is pretty much the same, DB-2026-38, applicant Lucas Walden, projects Walden Acre Administrative Subdivision, location north of 161 West, 700 North, Valparaiso, Liberty Township, zone is RR, no residential, acreage is 27.51 plus, request to allow for proposed administrative subdivision, 2 lots to vary from the following. First, to allow the installation of a shared driveway within the proposed 30-foot egress and ingress and egress and utility easement to be deferred until a building permit is requested for either of the proposed lots. Second, to allow lots not to have any road frontage. And pretty much, you want to brief us on that?
I'm sorry.
Actually, go ahead.
Yes. So the issues on this one, the shared driveway, the driveway that would service 2 lots on the west side, they're not ready to put it in yet. It's going to be quite a few years before they're going to build up there. So when we talk to a client, we always say, let's be forward thinking. This gentleman has 2 sons who are sitting behind me here. It would eventually be 2 houses for them. And to us, there's not a lot of point in building a driveway until you're ready to get permits. So that's the first thing. And then there's not going to be any road frontage. We won't be doing a private road or anything like that. It will just be an egress easement to get them up to those 2 lots. And it's through property he already owns.
Okay, it's a public hearing. We pretty much spoke about it. Anybody got any new evidence or any information or questions on this case? Anybody have any question? Yeah, any more questions?
And this is the 38, right?
Yes, this is 38-38.
Stephanie Wiki, 171 West 700 North. There are a couple other easements that are exceptions they're asking for, which happens to be less than 5 acres. On the 37, I just want to make now. I understand you want it for your sons, which I think is great. But yeah, as long as he guarantees he doesn't rent them out in the meantime.
Okay, thank you.
But as far as the other one, I still say less than 5 acres. And
all right. Okay, thank you. Anybody else have any questions? Either way, for or against? Seeing that, we'll close it. And same requirement. They have to go through drainage review. Okay, so anything else, Christy? No. Okay. I'd like to make a motion to approve DB-2026-38. Here.
Thank you for your time.
Okay. Excuse me. Next, DB-2026-39, applicants Tanner Austin Maury, care of Dave Tiemans, with Tiemans Land Surveying. Project is Maury Administrative Subdivision. Location, approximate address at 857 North 5 East Westville in Jackson Township, RR, Ruras District. Acreage is 11.85. Request to allow proposed administrative subdivision, 2 lots to vary from the following. First, reduction of frontage on lot 2. Second, vary from the maximum width to depth ratio of 1:4 in RR zoning.
Hi, good afternoon. David Tiemans from Tiemans Land Surveying, 223rd Court in DeMott. I am representing both Austin and Maury, Tanner and Maury. They own the property there, as you mentioned, is 11.8 acres. What they'd like to do is divide this through administrative subdivision into 2 lots. One lot would be 5 acres and the other one would be 6.45, so it'd be more than at the minimum or more than the minimum. The reason for the variance stems from due to the frontage. One lot would basically be 40 feet wide, which is where the driveway location would be from the property. The good news in this case is that we'd only be asking for 1 driveway, so we wouldn't be asking for 2 driveway cuts. The driveway would be located farther than 100 feet from the adjoining neighbor's driveway. And actually, he did get a permit from the highway department for that driveway already for like a construction entrance. So because of that frontage on the lot 2 parcel, which is actually the parcel in the back, they have a 40-foot strip that would go to 550 west. Because of that variance of 40 feet of frontage. That also, because of the depth of the property, that would also exceed a 4-to-1 ratio. So that would be the second variance. So the second variance is kind of due to the first variance. They're brothers, they plan to each build a home on this property and share a driveway. We have already gone through the stormwater department on this, and they did not find any issues with our calculations and approved the drainage plan as it is for 2 lots.
Okay, that's it.
That's it.
It's a public hearing. Anybody want to speak in favor? Seeing none, anybody want to speak against or any questions on this case? Yes, sir.
William J. Nichols, 853 North, 550 East, Westville. Not that I'm against any of this. How's it going to affect me? I am right next door. Deep drainage, septic, things of that nature.
That's your question?
Okay, so far, yes.
All right, we'll answer all your questions.
All your questions
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Okay, drainage, septic system, and legal terms like variance, how does that impact me? I'm right next door.
Okay, thank you. Okay. All right, anybody else? Seeing none, you want to respond to that?
I did not get where he was located, north or south of us.
Which lot are you?
South.
South.
The septic system, they're both located, one is located towards the northwest corner of the property, and the other one is located right in the middle, towards the middle of the property in each direction. So the very center of the property. Those would be the 2 locations for the septic system. They would be high enough such that any perimeter drains required would drain out onto their own parcel. So no new drainage as far as septic systems are concerned would go directly to your property. As far as surface water drainage, again, we've already went through the stormwater department. There is no impact. The drainage will continue the way it's going right now. Currently, the property has been farmed, and the impact will actually be reduced because of adding grass to a large portion of the property that is now being farmed. As far as the as far as the variances are concerned, I don't know what impact any of those would have on your property. As you can see, going up and down on each side of the road, there are several properties that have a similar situation where they're either sharing a driveway or there's a driveway that goes alongside some other parcel to get access to the county road. So this is a condition that's well within the surrounding neighborhood.
The zoning still staying the same. We're not changing the zoning. The zoning is still RR.
All right, I just looking it up. William J. Nichols, 853 North, 550 East. Can I step around?
If you want, sure.
Three, 4 times a year, when we have really bad rain, it does not show up on this map. I literally have white water rapids, and you could see it right now where all the exposed fieldstone is. There is a drainage that comes, and I don't know if the previous owners did this on their own. I've been there since 2012. This is my pond. I would like reassurances that nothing is going to be redirected to my pond. Mother Nature, we cannot help Mother Nature. I understand that. But truly, this is like a freshly plowed field. This is not accurate of what's going on right now, because you could physically see there is a ditch that forms with the really heavy rain. And it goes all along that northern edge of my property. And I just see ground disturbance. Maybe I'm assuming the worst, but I want this to go on record that this was a huge concern of mine.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Want to respond to that?
Yeah, if you look at the topography, there's a natural drainage way that goes along your north property line, and yes, there's a pond in the back. We are not changing anything by what we're doing. All the development that we're doing is on the north side of our property, and we're not changing any topography other than around the two houses in order to build the house up. Otherwise, we're not changing anything else. So the drainage should not be affected by what we're doing. And like I've stated, we've presented a plan to the stormwater department and showing what we're doing along with the report, and they've approved that plan.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I'm gonna close the public hearing. Okay, so you understand it goes through a drainage review. They cannot increase any runoff from their property. Okay, that's our rules. That's our guidelines. And you can explain if you want how that works. They calculate.
So our stormwater department reviews their submittal for engineering. So when you have farmland like that, which Dave was explaining a minute ago, it's not really good for runoff. So the fact that they're putting in houses is going to be evened out by the fact that they're putting in lawns, which absorb a lot more water. So your drainage to your property will either stay the same or possibly even get better because the farmland isn't going to be shedding as much water onto your property now. Is that accurate, Dave?
Yes.
Thank you.
It actually be slowed down also.
Yeah,
so
well,
not only does it absorb it, it slows it down.
And to go on the record, we had two demonstrators send in emails or letters. Mr. Parker, H. Parker, and Robert were all concerned about drainage too.
Okay.
On the record. So, and I think we addressed the drainage issue. So with that, we're okay.
I just want to state that Mr. Parker did come in and Dave Champion did talk to him.
Okay, okay. So he understands. Okay. Okay. With that, I'd like to approve case DV-2026-39. It's approved.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Next case is DV-26-4. Applicants MMPM Investments LLC of Kevin Corris of McMahon Associates. Locations 553 West State Road 130 Wheeler, Union Township. Zoning CH High Intensity Commercial District. Acreage is 2. Request for parking improvements in addition of stormwater basin to vary from the following. First, relief from the requirement to provide interior, exterior pedestrian network and greenbelt. Second, to vary from all landscape requirements. And third, relief from lighting plan requirement.
Good afternoon, everybody. Kevin Koros, McMahon Associates, 952 South State Road 2, Valparaiso, Indiana, 46385. Here on behalf of MMPM Investments, who was not able to make it today due to scheduling conflicts. So we are in front of you with the highlighted box today. There was an existing building that my client had purchased about a year ago. Not too sure what the previous use was, but he runs a limousine business. So as you go by there, and if you've been by, you've seen multiple limousine cars. The property is zoned commercial highway. It is allowable for that. We have had our submittal to the stormwater department office. We've received comment responses from both planning and both from engineering. Engineering comments have been addressed. We now have a substantial conformance letter from the stormwater review. The comments that are left over are what we're here to see you guys about regarding Ms. Hale's comments on the planning side of the property. The plan for this property is to expand a parking lot and include drainage to bring the drainage on the site up to code. Most of the site drains from north to south. It will all now be caught within a catch basin and released to the existing roadside drainage swale. We do have approval and conformance with INDOT as well for the entrance conformance there. There is an existing septic on the north side. So what we're here to see you guys about is the one of the items which is directly associated to the corridor overlay district, which is the network, the pedestrian network standards. And as you can see, this is a very agricultural area. So we're asking for relief from those standards because there are no pedestrian network standards anywhere to be found in this area. I think that one's pretty self-evident. The other items that we're looking for is lighting and landscaping, which are not corridor related, but we are asking for those standards due to the existing nature of the site. There's not a lot of clientele that accesses this building. Therefore, the lands or the lighting and ultimately the landscaping don't really need to be included in this. This is kind of a business where one owner and his drivers come in and then they all leave the site. So that's what we're here for. I'm happy to answer any questions you guys have or the public.
Okay, okay, thank you. Public hearing. Anybody want to speak in favor of this case? Anybody want to speak against or any questions? Yes, sir. You have two names signed in. You are okay. Yes. Okay, thank you.
Myself and our family, we're not against or pro or against this. You know, business is business. Our family owns 100 acres just to the northeast, or adjacent to where the firehouse is.
Okay.
And all our drain tiles come that way, right? It flows into the corner of the firehouse, and then it goes down to 130. And with that basement there, if that backs up, we're gonna get hit with it all. And my brother-in-law lives the first house there, 2007, 2008. They were flooded, and then the house next, which was my father-in-law's, which I just purchased 2 years ago, that was flooded as well. That happened to back up. So I spoke to David Champion the other day in regards to the basin, and the maintenance on that is on the owner, correct? And so if he doesn't maintain that properly, then we could have an issue. So I just want to be on record that, you know, to the owner who's not here, you know, that he maintains that so we don't have an issue.
Okay.
That's all I have.
Well, thank you. Okay, another person signed in, John Gorley? Yes, sir.
John Gorley, 1934 East Grand Street, Over, Indiana. My cell phone property to the west of there, and we have seen water build up on occasions in the southwest corner. So we're very concerned about that because someone might want to build a house there in the future that this interferes with that. Also, the basin that gets installed will be on easement to access the farming. I know there was an easement when that was sold originally to heating and air place, and now it's gentlemen. So I believe that's all. We're worried about if someone wants to utilize the property for future for residential or business, how it will affect us. Concerned about the water.
Okay. Well, thank you. Okay. Anybody else have any concerns or questions? Yes, sir. That's okay. You just just state your name and address. You're fine.
Carry the 2535 West State Road 130. Over. My house is the first house to the east of the fire, right there. We have drain tile. We have 12-inch drain tile. We got 10-inch, all that. It goes down from 100 acres back, all the way down to that corner. And in 07, we flooded out because of that reason. If that retention pond that you're going to put in backs up or anything, it's going to go right into that corner and back up, and then go right into all our perimeter drains between our two houses. And I had $15,000 damage because of that. And I'm really worried about that retention pond. So, I mean, if it's going to hold water all the time, I guess my issue is, where's the water going to go? You know, drain off that field. That's real important to us.
All right, thank you. Okay. Anybody else? Okay. Seeing none, return
Sure.
to response.
So as we've heard, drainage is the majority of the issue here. So once again, I want to reiterate that this has been reviewed by the stormwater reviewing engineer. That would be Dave Champion, whom one had already had a conversation with. I will dive into a little bit. I know this isn't really part of what we're here, but I don't mind diving into this a little bit as to kind of the understanding. So as and I understand that you guys know about this. This is more for the benefit of the crowd that is here per stormwater standards. And as it's already been mentioned once, when you develop a property, you're not allowed to release any more water than what has been there before, right? So we do drainage calculations, which come up with curve numbers. Those curve numbers have to be less than what's existing. So that pond is there to detain water. It doesn't hold water indefinitely, so it detains water. It releases it at a rate that's specified by approval from the stormwater manual of the county. So that water will eventually be released back into the ditch where it has always gone. When that pond gets too full, say if we have a 500-year, 100-year storm event, that water comes up to the top of the level. It hits what we call an overflow, which is a depressional area in the pond. So when it can't hold any more water, that water spills out over and goes into the same ditch that it always goes to. There's provisions for that within the stormwater design manual. That water will then take its flow as it always has been. Per our INDOT approval, we have upgraded the culvert system along underneath where the existing drive is that you can see on the south side of the blue line. We have widened that drive, and has such as part of the INDOT review process, which we also submit drainage calculations for. Those has been reviewed and approved by INDOT as well. So water will flow to where it's supposed to. You know, what happens if it gets too backed up? That's an issue, as we all know, for the actual stormwater department office. If there are drainage concerns up and beyond what our numbers show, that goes to that department. In terms of protecting the, I guess I'll say, quote, easement, I'm not aware of any easement on the property as far as farming. I was under the understanding that it's being leased, but we were not provided any title documents that showed an easement. We weren't provided title documents at all. So one may or may not exist, but that is, if it does, it is only an easement. So whether that rights are allowed to be built on or not is, I guess, what I'll say is above my pay grade. That's a legal counsel issue there. There will be a drainage swale that runs from north to south along the west property line, so that'll guide the water within the property to the pond within the property. So if anything, the drainage will be the same or better as it is right now. The farmland directly to the west will be the same as well. Some of that water, if you can see our watershed calculations, some of that water bleeds onto our side. Our drainage calculations take in effect of that. So I think I've tried to beat that as far to death as possible here.
Okay. All right. Anybody have any new items, new questions? It was mainly drainage. Can you explain that? Yes, sir.
The property was sold.
State your name and address again. I'm sorry.
John Gorley.
Okay. Thank you.
When the property was sold, it was either 40 feet easement or 50, I can't remember, but it was in the documents when it was sold to the heating and air place that had it before we go.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna close the public hearing. So the drainage, again, goes through drainage review. It's gonna be improved over what we have, so. And some of the variants you're asking, landscaping, I have a concern about.
Mhm.
We should do something. I mean, it is all gravel.
Understood.
I mean, you know.
Well, as you know, you ask, and you know we are aware that it is a sea of gravel. It is visually in line with the fire department directly to the east. You know, there's really not much need for softening with all of the agriculture that's around there. I understand, and as you know, all I can do is ask.
I'm asking for the minimum. We got to do something. It just looks, we're trying to improve. That fire department been there for years and years. I understand that. If it was built today, it would be different. Okay.
So we will meet obviously coverage standards for the land coverage. I think that was noted by Ms. Hale's office here. So we will meet that. As far as beautification and far as planting, planting would probably be far more desirable to additional greenscape. So as you know, the overhead or the highway overlay requires, I believe it's a 100-foot green belt, which is obviously pretty ridiculous for this kind of site. But I think we could probably work with you guys on some plantings.
Yeah, do some planting, some green. Okay.
Work with Susan, and Susan can look at it
Yeah.
and approve it, or if she needs more or something.
No, I'm fine. Yeah, Susan can do it. Yeah.
I think that'd be very agreeable.
You've been out there? Okay.
Sure.
It's just
I can get with Susan. We can work on something that's mutually beneficial to everybody.
Yeah.
I would ask Rick that you could specify the length of or the depth of that green belt that you do want, whether it's 10 feet, 15 feet.
Yeah.
As long as you approve that, then I can work with them on what exactly goes in that green belt.
Okay.
And just to be clear too, the green belt we mostly have, and with that pond takes up that whole kind of quadrant area on the frontage. So we do have a lot of that, and a lot of the other portion, the driveway portion, is large specifically because of the limousine vehicles that are coming in and out. They need to have a lot of room. So just to be clear, we do meet quite a bit of greenscape on that westerly side. It's just the easterly side we need that much asphalt to safely get vehicles in and out, because as you've seen, he's got much longer than just standard limousines out there too. I mean, I think he's got one of those Cadillac limousines that are much longer. So and that's why it was so imperative that we got NDOT approval before we even came here, because if NDOT didn't get into this, then obviously there would be no point.
Well, what can you live with? What's reasonable for
as far as green space?
Are you talking like you want a berm or just an area like 10 feet or what?
What if you just did landscaping around the building and stuff instead of having
Yeah, you can't go all the way across.
Yeah, we've got a slight berm in the front. We could do some plantings across that.
It's too much.
Yeah.
That you just do some landscaping plans and get with Susan like around
Perfect.
the building.
I think she wants a definition of how much we want. Is that what you're asking for? How much green space or what area?
Yeah, if you could just give some standards, because in my role as planner, I can't make the decisions on that.
Right.
But if you say like a certain number of trees and shrubs or something like that, I can work with them and make sure their plans comply with whatever you say.
How wide is the property?
Property is 188 feet wide.
Okay, so it's almost 200.
And we have more than half of that is green space in the frontage. Yeah. I think our drive entrance ended up being 40 feet. That was the max allowable by NDOT. We have slightly additional pavement on the west of that entrance, and we have slight additional pavement on the east side. We can't really move the entrance. Obviously, that's locked in by NDOT now. And really from the entrance east can't really be changed, because that's also the asphalt that the fire department uses when they do their truck turnarounds as well. So again, the pond in the front takes care of a lot of the green space. I agree that if we can, if there's a statement as far as how many trees per like lineal foot, I don't remember off the top of my head what your ordinance is on that.
I think for this project, it should follow the minor subdivision rule for street trees, which is one per 40 feet.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought it was 30 or 40 feet.
Yeah, 1 per 40 feet of frontage.
Perfect. I think that's very fair.
You can live with that?
Yeah.
Okay. The last item, lighting. There's no lights out there.
Yeah, they have two wall packs right now. And that's all that they need. Again, there's no clientele that's coming in and out of here. It's just the owner and his drivers. They operate mostly, during the day and into some nights. They don't feel the need that they need lightscaping for any reason, because they don't have anybody on site.
I'm more concerned for safety, police officers or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty dark, and I think it was at night lately, but the lights are on the building you're talking about.
Yeah, correct. 2 wall packs on the building itself.
You can't put 1 or 2 lights in the parking lot.
All we can do is ask.
Boy, it's pretty dark. It is dark.
If we were to put sorry.
For security purposes, you would want a couple of lights in the parking lot.
I'm not going to speak for him. I wouldn't disagree. Obviously, we don't want any lights in the front because, again, that's the entrance area. But maybe we can compromise and do. So they park most of their vehicles on the west side of the parking lot. As if you're going out there, you can see that they're all up and down the property line. So maybe we do one light pole kind of midway in the parking section of that would illuminate that area where those vehicles are parked.
I'm good. Are you good? Are you good? Yeah, that's reasonable.
Okay.
Just so dark, Kevin.
Oh, that sounds good. I think I can speak for him and say that that's fair enough.
Okay. Okay. Anything else?
Public hearing's closed.
It's, okay, I'm gonna open a public hearing just for 1 second. State your name and address.
James Levy, 529 West 130 over. The concrete pad where the mailbox is that on your property?
Go ahead, you can respond.
You want me to go ahead and respond?
Yeah.
Yes, it is. It is on the property.
Okay, so all citizens have access to that, so there should be lighting there 24/7, should there not?
The pad is there. That was the old pad that is no longer being used as a mailbox area. There's nothing to go up to there. No, there's no mailbox there.
The other
Yes.
thing is, the other thing is, can you tell the owner if I was him that the limousine that got in front end collision, either put a tarp over it or turn it around so the public doesn't see it. I mean that's a bad look for your driving.
Okay. Well, thank you for your comment.
Hence the driveway widening.
Close the public hearing.
Thank you very much.
All right, back to the case here. Okay, I'd like to approve case BB-2026-40 with commitment we made on landscaping and the lighting. How about one more thing? Sidewalk. If sidewalk ever comes through, should they have agreement that you put that in if it ever comes 20 years from now or no?
Yes.
It would be the state.
It would be a state project.
So scratch that. So all right, you're approved.
Thank you guys very much. I appreciate it. Thanks, Rick.
Thanks for being flexible.
I'm nothing if not.
Next case DB-2026-4. Applicant is William Taylor, Caracalla Carlson with Miller Buildings. Location 497 East Burdick Road, Chesterton, Jackson Township. Zoning is RR, Residential District. Acreage is 4.47. Request to allow a 72 by 48 accessory structure to vary from the following. Placement of accessory structure to be located front yard. Second, the height of 20 to 26 feet and 9 inches.
Hey there, everybody. Cal Carlson here, 7657 Indiana Highway 2, LaPorte, Indiana. I'm here to ask to be able to place a new RV garage for my customer, Mr. Taylor Williams, in the front yard, and to have it be 26 foot 9 inches tall.
That's it.
We need the height specifically because of the height of the RV. Mr. Taylor's a pretty tall guy, and in order to maintain it, he'll need to stand on top of it, and having about 5 feet of space would be like really helpful for him.
Okay, that's it.
Yes, sir.
Okay, it's a public hearing. Anybody want to speak in favor of this case? Seeing none, anybody want to speak against or any questions on this case? Seeing none, I will close it. Why so tall? Repeat that again.
So,
speaking to the.
Oh, apologies. He's got a 13-foot tall RV, and oftentimes with RVs, you need to do a lot of maintenance on the roof. And in order to stand on top of that roof, he needs about an 18-foot tall ceiling.
On top of the RV?
Hmm?
You're saying?
Yes, in order to do maintenance to the roof, to repair any leaks, or anything else that might need to be done up there.
That's a new one. That's a new one. That's a new one. Not because you have to build it so high. I mean, it just doesn't. You do some of the maintenance outside. If you have to work on an air conditioner or something. So he wants a taller building because he wants to stand on top of the RV.
He wants to be able to do maintenance to his RV.
Okay. All right. So I can understand. Okay. Well, what size can he have? The size not an issue, right? The square feet.
Yeah. Square feet's not an issue. It's placed in the front yard and the height at 26.9.
And why the front yard?
So in his rear yard, he has a pretty big pond back there, and then as soon as you get behind the house, the land slopes off pretty heavily. So it would be a lot of grading and work to place his building back there. And then on top of that, he wants to stay as far from that water as possible.
And how far off the road are you?
267 feet.
270, you said?
267.
250.
67.
I got it. Yeah, I drove around. There's no other pole barns in the front yard out there. I drove. There's pole barns out there, but not in the front yard. So, can you push it back further? You get into the trees, probably.
Yeah, we could.
Yeah. I know, so tall. You cover the house. It's so tall. You cover the house.
We could absolutely move it back further.
I'm sorry.
We could absolutely move it back further towards the house. I think he may be amenable to that.
Just aesthetics in the front yard. It's just covering the house. Just, I don't know. Doesn't look good. That's a large pole barn. Yeah. What's here? Yeah. How many letters went out for this for neighbors?
I can actually tell you here.
50, and no one's here. Okay. Well, can you use scissor trusses? 26.9 is too high. 26.9 is too high.
Oh, absolutely. We can adjust the pitch if you like.
I'm sorry.
We can adjust the pitch for sure.
So what height do we have?
I can get, with a slightly lower pitch, I can get down to, let's see here, actually did the math. (22'4" with a 212.
And the size? 72 by 48, awful large.
Yes, but
can you make it smaller? I mean, what's up?
No,
the RV?
We're not here for the square footage. We're here for the height and for the placement.
The RV is not 72 feet.
And he'll also be using it for storage.
I'm sorry.
He'll also use that building for storage.
Okay. So you're stuck on 72 by 48.
Yes.
He could have that square foot. Right?
He's got enough acres, but I think part of his acreage is part of this lake and beyond it.
Yeah.
See how so all he has is this, so it's kind of a false statement of how much land property he has.
Yeah. And it drops off and back. It drops.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right, just another pole barn in the front yard.
Yeah, you can limit your square footage strength. Yeah. You can change the size if you want to, whether they're allowed or not.
Yeah, it's too large in front yard. You have to rethink that size. If I'm gonna prove it in the front yard, it can't be that large. That's large. So I don't know if you need more time to talk to your client, but I'm okay with a 22.4. I'm not okay with a 72 by 48 in the front yard.
Fair enough. No, I cannot make it any smaller.
Okay.
We can. What size would you approve so I can bring that back to him?
I'm sorry, what?
What size would you approve so I can bring that back to him?
0. I'm teasing you.
Mm.
I guess what can he live with? I mean, what size? You tell me the RV size, then I can give you a size.
Right. Yeah. I'm not exactly sure how long or
Seriously, if you give me an RV size, I can give you a size. Is it
absolutely
35 footer or
yeah, I would guess it's a very large RV.
somewhere 30?
So
It's not a bus, is it? I mean, some
essentially, yeah, it is
like
really big. So about, let's say 35 by 10, maybe 15. I'm not exactly sure how wide an RV is typically.
8'6".
What's that?
An RV is 8'6" wide. That's
8'6".
That's the width of any vehicle going down the oversized road. Sticker.
You make 60 by 32, or is that common size? Or
Yeah, that would work as long as it's divisible by 4. We're pretty able to make everything work. Yeah. So
60 by 32, that will work.
Yeah, but I would need to get the okay from the customer for that. And he's actually out of town right now. He wanted me to go ahead and take this meeting, but we may have to go to an appeal.
Want me to continue the case then? You have to get his approval or what?
Yeah, can we go ahead and continue this?
Yeah.
Would that involve coming back to another hearing?
Yeah, unless you call him now. I could put you on back to I get 3 more cases.
I'm absolutely willing to try.
Okay,
we're gonna have you put your afters to take your stuff and go to the outside and call them.
I will call you back. Okay.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Okay. DBS 20242, applicant Deborah Benedict, care of Zachary Shuta, location 778 West 30 South Ground Point, Porter Township, zoning is R1, low density single family residential district, acreage is 10.17, required 8 by 30 structure be built in the front yard.
Hi. Zachary Shuta Construction, 374 East 600 North. So we are constructing a barn in place of a recent barn that was collapsing. And upon applying for the permit, we realized that this is actually closer to the access drive, which is now considered the road, I believe. So we were asked to apply for a variance. It's the same footprint as the previous barn. For safety reasons, we actually did some rough framing in order to protect the original electric meter that services the house and the shutoff panel. So we're just hoping to get approved the structure that we've applied for the permit for.
It's a public hearing. Anybody want to speak in favor? Seeing anybody want to speak against or any questions? Close the public hearing. Okay, explain to me how this started. Was there a permit or not a permit? I mean,
yes.
Permit for what? Yeah, what's wrong?
So this came in as an accessory structure addition permit. Upon further review, aerial view showed that the building was not there, that it had fully come down. The applicant had indicated that there was one remaining wall. Sounds like to what you were doing to protect that electrical.
Yes.
And so they believe that the one wall led them to qualify for an addition. It does not. We were able to change the permit on our end that now it is a new construction permit. However, because the building had fallen into such disrepair and was ultimately removed, excluding the one wall, they are no longer grandfathered in and need to come to you requesting to rebuild the building.
What was the original request for size?
I am
30 by 60.
And they do have some substantial acreage there, so square footage is not one of the variances they're requesting right now. However, like the last one, you can still make that a condition if you wish.
Repeat that again, please.
Square footage is not something they're requesting a variance from right now. However, like the last one, if you wanted to make that a condition because it's in the front yard, you can.
They already have it constructed. It's 75% complete.
Is that
It's rough framed. We left it's post frame, so we left the posts and
It's frame. You got roof.
right. The style of construction is post frame. So um, because this played out the way it did, we decided to protect the materials and the electrical meters for safety reasons, and just put the structure in and wrap it in Tyvek to protect from water, because those electric meters service the house next to it, and we felt like just the amount of rain we're getting, it was dangerous. So it was like, why, you know, it just made sense to go that far. And
So you constructed it without the proper permit.
correct.
That's what.
and that will be an early bird fine.
That's right.
It will be 2 times the cost.
That,
if your variance is granted and you're able to get a permit, it will be the 2 times the cost.
okay. Yeah, I actually consulted Mike Haller about that safety hazard and asked him, and he said, you know, he couldn't recommend it because there was no, you know, we didn't have a permit, but he reassured me that he felt like it was like a no-brainer for a variance approval because, you know, there's already one there and it's surrounded by trees, and there's a garage that's actually closer to the lot line. So he felt like there'd be no reason for anybody to object. It doesn't exceed the square footage required or maximums. So he advised me on the risk, but we felt like it was worth it because construction materials are expensive and there's an electrical panel involved. So we understand that.
Well, let me explain to you. There's other methods doing that, like the electrical panels. You could have built a little shed.
Sure.
And then there's targets to cover materials.
Sure.
Okay, I'm gonna have to talk to Mike Heller. I have to continue this case, and talk to the attorney, see which way to go. So we'll continue case DV-2026-42 till next.
So even though we're willing to pay the fine, we can't get approval, or
no.
Okay.
You continue.
All right.
Thank you. Next case, DB-2026-43, applicant Adam Spur, location 828 South 350 West, Hebron, Indiana, Boom Township, I'm sorry, zone A1, acreage is 2, request to allow a 32 by 48 accessory structure with a 10 by 48 lean-to to vary from the following. First, to allow an increase in maximum floor area allowed. Second, to allow a decrease in side yard setback from 30 feet to 8 feet.
Adam Spur, 828 South, 350 West, Hebron.
Your request?
Requesting for 2 variances based on, I'm currently zoned A1, which I believe A1 in Porter County you're supposed to have 10 acres, and I'm sitting on right at 2. The first variance for the distance off the property line is, as you can see in that picture, our lots are, I believe, 151 foot wide, 800 feet deep. So on our street, as of now, there are currently 8 barns. 6 of the barns all fall within that 10 to 12 foot off the property line. So aesthetically trying to keep the barns on the street. And then if I move it further back towards my property to bring it in more, the problem is you can kind of see in the woods back there that holds water throughout the fall and springs. So just bringing the barn up more. But and the square footage issue is the 32 by 48 barn itself falls under the square footage that I'm allowed, but the 10-foot lean-to going down, the 10-foot lean-to is not going to be used for storage. It's going to have some patio furniture, ceiling fans, lights to be able to hang out there, watch the sunset with the family. But mainly both variances come back to the fact that we're zoned A1 on only 2 acres.
Okay. That's a public hearing. Anybody want to speak in favor? Yes. Yes, state your name and address. Okay.
Lars Carlson, 840 South, 350 West. Yeah, I'm all for this. I think it's a great idea. It's going to build a great space, especially the exterior. So we're all for it.
Thank you. Anybody else want to speak in favor? Seeing none, anybody want to speak against or any questions? Seeing none, I'm going to close the public hearing. There's a lot of pole barns out there. You're right.
A lot of them.
Okay. The only issue I have is side yard setback you want. I mean, you have all the acreage, your septic's in the front yard.
Yeah, septic's in the front yard.
Okay, and you know, you have all that backyard to move it over. But I don't see the hardship.
Well, I mean, I think if I was zoned the way it should be zoned as residential, what's that setback on residential? Isn't it 10 foot?
Depends on the zoning. What's RR? It's like an acre requirement in RR.
Yeah.
I think the side yard setback is 15 feet.
Okay.
So that's kind of where you would be if you were an RR zoning.
Okay.
The 8 feet is awful.
I put the 8 feet down. I'm more at like 11. I laid it out again the other day. It's like 10, 6, 11 because
I try to eyeball it. I couldn't.
And the problem is the county doesn't have like a hard measurement from where my house is to the property line. So I've pulled strings from property lines trying to like get over behind my house, but with the woods in the back, it's kind of hard to pull that hard measurement. 10 or 12 feet I could be okay with, and it wouldn't be behind the house where I'd still be able to pull up alongside the house and just kind of shoot right into it.
So I know you probably don't want to look at visibility. You know, probably that's why you're doing it. You know,
I'm part of it. Visibility, having to get a driveway back there. Like we have a nice set of woods in the back the kids like to play in.
Well, you could curve the driveway a little bit, but I'm like Chrissy. It's 15 is probably a good number. That's what, or I would vary to 15. But you don't have hardship really. I mean, you could move it over, but I understand the driveway would be cocked a lot if you want.
Yeah.
But I could go with 15, but you should get a survey. Okay, make sure. You're 11 now, so you're talking 4 feet difference.
Yeah.
In the size, I don't have a problem. There's not pole barns out there. It's not in the front yard, so that's good.
Yeah.
And you need that size, right? That's that.
Yeah, the side was the main one. I was just trying to keep it closer. I talked to my neighbors, couldn't make it, but they already have arborvitaes picked out that they want to put up next to it, so they're not opposed to it.
Well, can you live with that 15 feet? For 11?
I think if I go 13, the problem with I'll have to push it. If I can do 13, I'd be okay with 13 if that's doable. Lucky 13.
Okay, I'm good. You can use it for personal.
Yeah, personal storage. We're gonna buy a camper. We're gonna find a boat. Yeah, all the kids' toys I've accumulated in my garage that made it unusable.
Yeah, your septic's in the front yard.
Yep.
Yeah, matter of fact, there's a pole barn down the street, 56 by 36. Remember, we checked it out. Yeah, I don't know if that was built with a permit or what. There's several at 30 by 50.
Yeah.
So it fits the area. So, all right, with that, I will approve case DB-2026-43 with the side yard setback to be at 13 feet.
Thank you.
You're approved. Last case, DB-2026-44, applicant Tammy and Carla Taylor, location 139 West 900 South Counts, Boone Township, zone is A1, General Ag District, acreage is 2.73, request to allow a side yard setback reduction for proposed addition to existing garage 30 feet to 10 feet.
I'm Gary Jorgensen, Jr., 1853 South State Road 2, Valparaiso, 46385. My sister's property that I'm here to assist her with adding the addition to the garage. And we're here for the variance to allow for that size garage along the extended garage out.
What size extension going to be?
That's 30 by 40.
40 wide?
40 deep.
40, 30 wide.
30 wide.
Okay, thank you. Okay. That's it?
Yes.
Okay. Public hearing. Anybody want to speak in favor? No. Anybody against? Any questions? Close public hearing.
It's kind of same situation too, because they're an A1 on 2 acres, and they need setback.
Okay.
Right.
I believe at least
so they should be. So they're at 30.
Their code is 30. They want 10.
There's about 10 left. Yeah, I believe it's 10.
Yeah. And the garage has to be that large?
It's a single car garage currently right now.
Yeah.
They want, and it's a small single. They want to be able to park both their vehicles and their boat and have some storage. The house is going to be re-sided, so how the ditch and everything will match.
So it'll be a match.
Yes, and the size and the way it comes out in front of the other garage, it matches the other side.
So it's going to be attached, of course.
Correct.
It's going to be set back 2 feet, or a lot of times they set back.
The front will be forward 4 feet, set back behind 8 feet.
Okay. And what would it be if it was RR? It would be 15? Again?
15 side yard setback.
Okay. And you have to have the garage that size. That's what you're saying.
It's by the time of the vehicles, you get them both in there. You almost need, without being tight.
And you measurement, you sure you had 10 feet? Front property?
We were measuring across.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And of course, it's a garage just for personal use.
Yes.
Okay. Any issues? No? Okay. All right, with that, I will approve case DB-2026-44. You approve 10 feet to most, no less than 10 feet. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You could drop it off. Sure. You could drop it off, yes. Yeah, well, thank you.
Was like in lieu of.
Boy, that was quick. Yeah, that was quick.
Right away. He's planning on building on top of that system in front of him.
Okay.
That's why I brought that up when we were discussing.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, I don't think he's proposing to build anything.
He's going to dig a hole right in the middle.
Is he putting in?
I thought it was off to the side. That's what I thought. No?
It is off to the side.
Yeah.
Off to the side is the front line.
Okay. All right. Well,
that's the access to the property.
Susan, can you check on that? Susan, well, okay, we check on that. Well, thank you.
Can I give you my mom's number and my number?
Sure.
Yeah. You know what we got to do.
She will call. Okay.
I appreciate your time, folks.
No problem.
Yeah.
And put your email on there too.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Is he done? Okay. Are you ready? I'm calling case DD-2026-41 back up again. Okay.
Need me to restate name and address?
Yes, go ahead.
Cale Carlson, here on behalf of William Taylor, 7657 Indiana Highway 2, LaPorte, Indiana. Here to get a 26'9" tall building placed in the front yard. Was not able to convince the customer to.
Oh, you couldn't reach him?
No, I could reach him. I was not able to convince him to lower the square footage at all.
Okay.
And then I spoke with him about doing scissor trusses, and apparently we've already discussed that with him, and due to the installation requirements, it became cost prohibitive.
So he doesn't want to do that?
No.
He doesn't want to lower 22. So he wants to stay at 26. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, he wants to keep the height where it is.
Okay. Well, with that, it's out character for the area they have in front yard. Okay. It was in a backyard. Yeah. Okay. So I would deny case DB-2026-41. So you're denied.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Anything else for me?
You want to tell me his email? Keep posted.
Okay. Yep. Oh, he's gonna be gone. Yeah, I'll probably be gone. Oh, yeah, I don't think I'll give you a date just in case I am. So
Let's meet
maybe
it.
towards the end of August.
Why don't? Are you not coming back for the plan commission meeting?
I don't. Does not look like it. It could change. So make the same week as the plan commission.